Everyone says they want a big life, but most people settle for small dreams because they don't believe they're capable. The problem isn't that people can't dream. It's that they don't have the discipline, the grit, or the fire to chase those dreams until they become real. Today, we're going to destroy that weak mindset. Dreaming big is not the problem. Everybody can dream. The issue is when you let fear, doubt, and comfort shrink those dreams down until they fit your lazy habits. Big dreams demand big sacrifices. They demand that you stop living like everyone else and start working like you've got something to prove. You don't achieve big things by accident. You achieve big by blood, sweat, and relentless effort when nobody's watching. Most people don't even realize they're trapped. They wake up, they go to work, they come home, they repeat. And somewhere along the way, they convince themselves that this is all life has for them. That aiming small is safer, easier, realistic. Let me tell you the truth, small dreams are a prison. They lock you into mediocrity, they make you comfortable with average, and they kill the fire inside you long before you even taste what you're capable of. When you were a kid, you dreamed without limits. You wanted to fly, to build, to create, to conquer. Nobody told you that you couldn't. But as you grew up, the world stepped in. Teachers told you to be practical. Friends told you not to aim too high because you get disappointed. The family told you to pick something safe, something stable. And little by little, that massive dream you had got shrunk down until it fit inside the tiny box the world built for you. That's the trap. That's the system. They want you to believe big dreams are dangerous, so you settle for small ones that keep you in line. But here's the reality. Small dreams don't move you. They don't light a fire under you. They don't wake you up at 4 a.m. hungry to chase them. Small dreams keep you lazy. They keep you in the cycle of comfort. And the worst part, they make you believe that you're doing enough when deep down you know you're selling yourself short. That's why you feel restless at night. That's why you look in the mirror and know you're capable of more. See, when you dream small, you remove the challenge. And without challenge, there's no growth. You don't get stronger by lifting weights that are easy. You don't grow tougher by staying comfortable. You don't build resilience by staying safe. Growth only comes when you set a dream so big, so heavy, that it forces you to become someone greater just to chase it. That's the secret. That's why small dreams are poisonous, because they don't demand more from you. And if your dream doesn't demand more from you, you'll never unlock the version of yourself that you were meant to be. Think about this. Every single person you admire, every name you know, every legacy you remember, they didn't dream small. Michael Jordan didn't dream about being a decent basketball player. He dreamed about being the greatest. Elon Musk didn't dream about building a slightly better car. He dreamed about changing the entire future of transportation. David Goggins didn't dream about just losing a little weight. He dreamed about becoming one of the toughest men alive, pushing the limits of human endurance. These people didn't play small because they knew small dreams don't inspire, they don't transform, and they don't leave a legacy. But you know what happens when you dream big? You scare yourself. You scare the people around you. They'll laugh, they'll doubt, they'll tell you it's impossible. And that's exactly how you know your dream is worth chasing. Because if your dream doesn't intimidate you, it's not big enough. If it doesn't make people question your sanity, you're playing too small. And if it doesn't force you to wake up every single day ready to fight for it, then it's not the dream that's going to change your life. And here's the kicker, small dreams don't just waste your potential, they steal your life. You'll hit 40, 50, 60 years old and realize you spent your whole existence chasing things that never mattered. And regret will eat you alive. Because deep down you knew you could have been more. You knew you had a bigger vision inside you, but you buried it under excuses, comfort, and fear. That's the tragedy of small dreams. They don't just rob your future, they kill your spirit in the present. So ask yourself right now, are you living in the trap? Are you settling for the small because it's easy, because it's safe, because you don't want to risk failing? Or are you willing to burn that trap down and chase the big dream that scares the hell out of you? Because that's the only dream worth chasing. Everybody wants the glory, but nobody wants the grind. That's the truth. We live in a world where people dream big, but refuse to pay the price those dreams demand. And let me tell you something, every big dream comes with a heavy bill. That bill is called sacrifice. If you're not willing to pay for it, then stop fooling yourself. Your dream will stay a fantasy forever. You say you want success. You say you want greatness. Then what are you ready to give up? Because chasing something massive doesn't just cost effort. It costs comfort. It costs time. It costs relationships. It costs every damn excuse you've been hiding behind. You don't get to live like everybody else and expect to achieve what only a few people in history have achieved. That's not how it works. The universe doesn't hand you greatness because you want it. It gives it to the one who's willing to bleed for it. The one who says, take my sleep, take my weekends, take my comfort. Just give me that goal. Think about it. Every champion you admire is built on sacrifice. Kobe Bryant wasn't just talented. He was in the gym before the sun came up, when everyone else was still asleep. That wasn't talent. That was sacrifice. Muhammad Ali didn't just talk about being the greatest. He gave up comfort, health, even years of peace to become it. That wasn't luck. That was sacrifice. Every soldier, every leader, every legend you know, none of them got there because they lived balanced, comfortable, easy lives. They burned that life to the ground and built something stronger from the ashes. Here's the problem: you want to dream big and live softly at the same time. You want to achieve greatness, but keep your comfort zone intact. You want to run a marathon, but eat like you always do. You want to build a business, but spend every night on Netflix. You want to have discipline, but still keep your bad habits. And you wonder why nothing changes. You wonder why your dream feels so far away. It's because you haven't paid the price. You're still holding on to the things that keep you weak. Let me break it down for you. Sacrifice isn't a punishment. It's the filter. It's the test that separates the ones who are serious from the ones who are just talking. Most people will never sacrifice because sacrifice hurts. Waking up at 4 a.m. hurts. Missing parties hurts. Cutting out excuses hurts. Facing your demons hurts. But that pain is the currency of transformation. You either pay now with sacrifice or you pay later with regret. And regret is the heaviest bill you'll ever face. When you dream big, you have to understand something: that dream will demand pieces of you. It will demand your energy, your sweat, your focus, your time. It will demand you say no to things that everyone else says yes to. It will demand you become ruthless with your priorities. And if you can't handle that, then don't even bother talking about greatness, because greatness has no space for half-hearted effort. Listen closely. Your dream doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you don't feel like it. It doesn't care if life hasn't been fair. Your dream is waiting at the top of a mountain, and the only way to get there is through the blood, the sweat, the tears, and the sacrifices that most people aren't willing to make. That's why so few people ever make it. But if you're the kind of person who can strip away comfort, who can let go of distractions, who can kill the old version of yourself to become the new one, that's when the dream becomes real. Because once you embrace sacrifice, nothing can stop you. You'll stop whining about what you're losing, and you'll start focusing on what you're building. You'll stop chasing instant pleasure and start building permanent strength. Understand this: sacrifice isn't about losing, it's about trading. You're trading temporary comfort for permanent power. You're trading small pleasures for massive rewards. You're trading the life everyone else lives for the life no one else dares to chase. That's not loss. That's transformation. So the question isn't, do you want the dream? The real question is, what are you willing to sacrifice for it? Because if you're not ready to give up who you are right now, then don't expect to become who you want to be. The dream will always demand that version of you. The version that's stronger, sharper, hungrier. And you only unlock that version through sacrifice. Everybody loves to talk about their dreams, but very few are willing to show up for those dreams every single day. You can have the biggest dream in the world, but if you don't have the discipline to be consistent, that dream will rot inside you and die. Dreams aren't built in one moment of inspiration. They're built in 1,000 daily choices that nobody sees, nobody celebrates, nobody claps for. Consistency is what separates the people who fantasize about greatness from the ones who actually live it. Anybody can run hard for a week. Anybody can grind for a month. But can you keep grinding when nobody's watching? Can you keep pushing when the excitement fades, when the motivation disappears, when the only thing left is raw discipline? That's where 99% of people quit. That's why you see so many big dreamers who never become big achievers. They want fireworks, but they're not willing to light the small match every single day. Think about it: the body you want, the business you want, the career you want, the freedom you want. It doesn't come from one big push. It comes from the reps you put in day after day when nobody gives a damn. That's the truth. If you want to dream big and achieve big, you have to become obsessed with consistency. Not sometimes. Not when it feels good. Not when you're motivated. Every single day. Here's the trap most people fall into: they think dreaming is enough. They think wanting it badly is enough. They sit there talking about their vision, about their goals, about how one day they're going to be successful. But talk is cheap. Wanting it is cheap. It's the daily grind that's expensive, and most people aren't willing to pay that price. They want shortcuts, they want hacks, they want magic. But the truth is brutal. There's no shortcut to greatness. It's built on consistency, one painful, boring, thankless step at a time. I'll tell you something real. Consistency doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're sick. It doesn't care if life threw a storm in your face. Consistency demands that you show up anyway. And when you do that long enough, something changes inside you. You stop being a dreamer and you become a machine that executes no matter what. That's when you're dangerous. Because most people can't keep up with that. They'll tap out, but you won't. Let me make it clear, consistency doesn't mean perfection. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall. You're going to miss days. But the difference between winners and losers is that winners don't let the fall become their home. They get back up. They reset. They lock in again. They stay consistent in the long run. And the long run is where dreams are won or lost. I know people who are more talented than me. I know people who are smarter, faster, stronger. But they quit. They stopped showing up. They couldn't handle the grind when the spotlight was gone. And that's why they're still talking about what they could have been while I kept building, kept pushing, kept showing up. Consistency beat talent. Consistency crushed motivation. Consistency killed excuses. If you really want to dream big and achieve big, then stop waiting for motivation to hit you. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Start building discipline. Start building consistency. Wake up early when you don't feel like it. Put in the reps when you're tired. Stay locked in when everyone else is distracted. That's how you turn a dream into reality, through thousands of unsexy, unseen, uncelebrated actions stacked on top of each other. Consistency is a war against comfort. It's a war against excuses. It's a war against your weaker self. And every day you show up, every day you refuse to quit, every day you push when nobody's watching, you win that war a little more. You carve yourself into the kind of person who doesn't just talk about big dreams, but lives them. And the world can't deny that kind of force. The truth is, most people will quit long before their dream is even within reach. Not because they didn't have the ability, but because they didn't have the consistency. Don't be one of them. Don't be another almost. Be the one who showed up. Be the one who refused to stop. Be the one who turned discipline into destiny. Life doesn't care about your dreams. Life doesn't care about your plans. The moment you decide to dream big, life will test you. It will hit you with setbacks, with failures, with heartbreak, with storms you never saw coming. And most people, they fold. They quit the moment it gets hard. That's why so many dreams never see the light of day. Because people think success is a straight line. They don't understand that greatness lives on the other side of resilience. Resilience is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's the ability to take the punches, to take the losses, to take the pain, and keep moving forward anyway. When the world tells you, you can't, resilience is the voice that says, watch me. When everything inside you screams to quit, resilience is the fire that says, not today. Without resilience, every obstacle becomes the end of the road. With resilience, every obstacle becomes a stepping stone. People love to say they want big achievements. They want to build something massive. They want to inspire millions. They want to transform their lives. But the moment life throws a brick in their face, they collapse. They mistake struggle for failure. They think setbacks mean it wasn't meant to be. And that's the lie that kills more dreams than anything else. The lie that tells you, if it's hard, maybe it's not for you. But listen, if it's hard, that's proof you're on the right path. Nobody becomes extraordinary by taking the easy route. Nobody builds greatness without pain. Struggle is the training ground for resilience. Every time you fall and get back up, you're building armor. Every time you get knocked down and refuse to stay down, you're forging a weapon. That weapon is resilience. And once you have it, nothing can stop you. Think about it. History remembers the resilient ones. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. He didn't quit. Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team. He didn't quit. J.K. Rowling was rejected by publishers again and again before Harry Potter became a phenomenon. She didn't quit. Resilience was their superpower. And it can be yours too, if you decide that quitting is not an option. Resilience doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It doesn't mean you don't get tired or frustrated or broken. It means you keep going anyway. It means you refuse to let temporary defeat turn into permanent failure. You see, life is going to test you over and over again. And every test has the same question. Are you willing to keep going? Most people answer no. They give up, they settle, they shrink. But the few who say yes, the few who choose to rise when it would be easier to fall, they're the ones who end up achieving the impossible. You've got to stop running from struggle. Stop running from discomfort. Stop running from the fight. That fight is where your resilience is born. Every tear, every scar, every sleepless night, it's not wasted. It's building you into someone stronger, someone sharper, someone unbreakable. The kind of person who doesn't just chase big dreams, but catches them. Resilience is about persistence. It's about showing up after you've been knocked flat on your back. It's about refusing to let your story end in defeat. And here's the truth. Your dream is going to take longer than you expect. It's going to be harder than you imagined. It's going to cost more than you thought. But if you have resilience, none of that matters. Because resilience gives you endurance. Resilience gives you staying power. Resilience makes you dangerous because nothing can stop a person who refuses to quit. Don't let the world break you. Don't let failure define you. Don't let obstacles scare you. Every time life tries to bury you, remember, you're not buried, you're planted. And when you fight through, when you rise again, you come back stronger, harder, more relentless than before. That's what resilience does. It turns your scars into strength. It turns your pain into power. It turns the impossible into possible. So when the world pushes you, you push back harder. When it knocks you down, you stand taller. When it tries to break you, you show it you cannot be broken. That's resilience. That's the weapon that will carry you through the fire, through the storms, through the doubt, through every wall standing between you and your dream. And once you master it, there's nothing, absolutely nothing. You can't achieve. Dreaming big is easy. Talking about success is easy. Posting about goals is easy. But achieving big, that's a different world. That world demands sacrifice. It demands consistency. It demands resilience. It demands a version of you that most people will never see because most people quit before they find it. The truth is, your dream doesn't care about your excuses, your comfort, or your feelings. It cares about your discipline. It cares about how much pain you're willing to endure, how many times you're willing to rise after falling, how relentlessly you're willing to show up when no one's clapping. That's what separates the dreamers from the achievers. So the choice is in front of you right now. Stay comfortable and keep your dream locked away, or go all in and bleed for it. Sacrifice, grind, and fight with everything you've got until your dream is no longer a dream, but your reality. Stop talking about it. Stop wishing for it. Get up. Lock in. Pay the price. Stay consistent. Be resilient. And remember this, if you dare to dream big, you better be ready to go to war for it. Because only then will you achieve big.